Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura Harris. UAW bargaining is ongoing as the union's president, Shawn Fain, continues current labor negotiations. The union's economic demands would increase Detroit 3 labor costs by up to $80 billion over the course of the contract. But the particularly challenging contract deadline is getting closer, and both sides must reach an agreement. We spoke with Automotive News reporter Mike Martinez about what may happen next.
The union is pushing aggressively for what honestly would really reset worker expectations, worker pay packages across the country. We really haven't seen this type of shift in corporate wealth that the union's calling for in recent history.
The past several rounds of UAW contract negotiations with the Detroit 3 have led to many changes. Rules, improved benefits, and job commitments from automakers looking to lock in future product plans. This year, the UAW is seeking nothing short of wholesale changes to pay structures and work schedules, and Fain says he's determined to establish new employee protections.
Now, typically in negotiations, nobody ever gets what they want. Everybody, both sides, typically meet in the middle. That's why you negotiate and you concede some things. You give a little here, you take a little there. That's the way things go. Right now, neither side really seems to be giving in on anything.
This year, there are 4 key issues on the bargaining table: the tiered wage system, use of temporary workers, cost of living adjustments, and reinstatement of pensions.
So they're asking for a lot. The automakers may not be willing to give. So that's setting up a lot of tension.
If the Detroit 3 want a glimpse of how contract negotiations may play out in the coming weeks, they can look to a handful of deals struck recently by that union and others. Yet Martinez says spirits remain high as workers are ready and willing to strike.
Based on sources I've talked with, based on third-party labor experts, it's looking right now that a strike is probably pretty likely. Shawn Fain and the UAW seem intent on wringing as much out of the automakers as they can, and if they don't get that, they're going to fight for it.
UAW members have high expectations for their next contract with the Detroit 3. But can UAW leaders deliver on lofty promises? Fain says GM, Ford, and Stellantis can afford to give workers a bigger share of their record profits. But he risks sowing disappointment if the contract doesn't live up to his ambitious demands.
Now, the downside to that, aside from angering the automakers that he needs to bargain with, is the fact that he may be raising member expectations a little bit too high. Some of these demands they're asking for, quite frankly, a lot of labor experts say are unrealistic and probably not going to happen.
Officials say hopes for a quick deal are dwindling as next month's deadline approaches. To read more on Mike's UAW coverage, stay on autonews.com. Also, Automotive News has created a special landing page for everything you may want to know about contract negotiations. This includes data, key players, and a list of stories you can follow along with to stay up to date. Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at AutoNewsTV and online at autonews.com for updates from our reporters all day, every day. I'm Laura Harris. Have a great night, and I'll see you all next time.